Everyone is out here looking for the right business advice to follow, the perfect guru, the single formula, the right way. But what if the problem isn't the advice? What if the problem is that you're trying to make decisions using someone else's brain and work styles? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get started by creating a context library that reflects your business, your patterns, and how you make decisions, especially when you're using it with AI. Here's what I see happen all the time. Smart, capable business owners get stuck, not because they don't know what to do, but because they are trying to fit their unique situation into someone else's framework. Searching for secrets, systems, or blueprints when what you actually need is clarity on your own brand and assets. The real shift: skills over secrets. Hi, I'm Lee Drozak. I help solopreneurs and creators move away from one-size-fits-all advice and design business tools that work with how you think, decide, and grow. Because most of the time, you don't need another guru. You need a clear view of what works for you. Instead of downloading another 10 steps to whatever, I'll walk you through how to gather and organize the exact insights you need to build assets for your own thinking partner, AI in my case. One that understands your reality, your constraints, and your decision-making style. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set up your information capture system. Pick a tool. I prefer Google Docs personally because it integrates well with ChatGPT, Claude, other AI connectors. Let's zoom out just a bit. So you're building a context library, a collection of documents that outlines the core parts of your business, how you work, what you value, and how you make decisions. These become reference points for everything: creating GPTs, guiding projects, and staying consistent across the board. Now, this is nothing new. It's been around forever. So when we start a business, we're told that you need to have, an outline with your values and your mission and all kind of other details. And so we create it, and then it gets pushed aside. And as you grow, you're still using old information for new pivot points. I created 10 different parts of my context library, and it continues to grow. So let's just look at one, which is the About Me document. Okay, so as you can see here, this document tells the story of how I work and why. It's not about my origin story, but what's important to growth. Because these documents are reusable, they're living files. You'll revisit them, update them, and build from as your business evolves. So for my About Me document, you'll see that I have the sections of who I am, my philosophies, my backstory, how I like to communicate. And this isn't a writing communication guide. It's my communication style in general, some things you need to know about working with me, and then quick facts. Because for me, using a Google Doc makes it easy to update these and to continue to pivot the information. Because the best part is when you integrate with Chat, Claude, Gemini, or any of the other AIs, it keeps the context and you can easily tell it to re-reference it once you make changes and updates. So let's take a look at it in action. Okay, so before we get into the use of the document, let's talk about a thinking partner. So a thinking partner offers guidance through prompts, reflection tools, and clarity questions that help you sort through your thoughts while utilizing resources. You've built your context docs, It's time to actually put them into play and use them. One of the best parts about organizing your business thinking this way is how flexible these documents become. Because you're going to add your About Me docs to brainstorming sessions so that you don't drift off brand and it has the big picture of your business and the details. Or you'll use your offer development docs when co-writing copy or collaborating with other team members. Or you can share your messaging guide to align AI with the language that you use or don't use. But here's the thing, they aren't just for AI. These reference docs are incredibly helpful in many real world human centered situations. Collaborating on your copy, brainstorming new ideas, developing new offers and services, gut checking for alignment. They help you stop reinventing the wheel and make sure that your work stays rooted in what actually matters to you. So let's take a look at it in play. Okay, so before you add anything to chat or another AI, you need to connect it. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the settings. In this case, you click on your profile and you go to connectors and you'll see here that there's an option for Google Drive. You can also connect Dropbox, Notion, and there's a few other ones. So what you're going to do is just go ahead in there and add your connection. But it just basically, it's like when you connect it with any other resource to Google Drive, it asks you to give you it permission. And that's all you're doing is giving it permission to go ahead and read these files and connect them to your conversations. So once you do that, what you're going to do is click on Add Files, Add Google Drive, and then here it will pull up whatever you have in your drive. So I'm looking for context docs. So I'm just going to go here. Now you can do up to 10 files at a time. So all you need to do is just click on it. And if you want to multi-select, you can do that too. So we'll just say, I'm going to do 4. I grab the ones that I want. I clicked connect. And then what it does is it connects that file to the drive. Now, it does not update files for you, rewrite files for you. Basically, it's taking a snapshot of what you have this particular moment in time, and it's adding it to the conversation so that it can be used, whether it's a conversation or if you're in a project, you can add them to projects as a reference point. Why do this instead of upload? I like to do it this way because whenever I'm connecting to, I always have the most up-to-date version of that file. And I don't have to worry about looking in my drives, changes I made from whenever I made them. Because while I'm working in these documents, I know that if I made an update to it, it was right in the document. And if I connect it to this document, it's getting the most up-to-date version. Now, you can do the same thing in Claude by, again, adding the connection. So the first thing you need to do is add the connection to it. And in settings under connectors, you can do the same thing. They don't have as many connections in Claude, although you can do a custom connector or you can browse for different ones. But in this case, we're just going to kind of keep it simple and do the Google Drive. And again, when you go to chat and you click on the plus sign, you'll see that it's an upload a file or I can add from Google Drive. So I'm going to click on that. And again, you can add up to 10. This one, I don't know if you have to add them. I think you have to add them individually. But once you add one, then it just pops it in here. And again, it is reading the file. It is taking a snapshot from where you are in this point in time. So if you make changes to it, you can ask it to re-review the file because you made changes, but that doesn't always seem to pick up the changes. So what I'll do is I will just re-add the context file and then tell it I made updates to it, use this version going forth. So there it is in a nutshell. That is how and why you should use a context library for when you interact with any of your AIs. Okay, so let's recap. You don't need more templates, blueprints, or recycled strategy. What you do need is clear, reusable sets of reference points that reflect how your business actually runs and how you think best. That's what this context library is all about. They're simple to create, powerful to use, and endlessly adaptable. If this was helpful, make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos about using thinking partners, context docs, and AI as a resource. And if you want guided support building your own context library, keep an eye out for my self-study workshop, which is going to be coming soon. It will walk you through the exact process I use with templates and examples to help you build something truly personalized and practical. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.